Hi, welcome to FunnyFriQuiz. Test your knowledge about the most influential band in music history. From their early days in Liverpool to their legendary albums and songs, let's see how much you really know about the Beatles. Are you ready? Let's begin. Before becoming the Beatles, what was the band originally called? The Quarrymen. Which early member of the band came up with the name The Beatles, which John Lennon later adapted to The Beatles? Stu Sutcliffe. What was the name of the nightclub that became a symbolic venue for the band's performances? The Cavern. What year did Ringo Starr join the band? In 1962. Who did Ringo replace? Pete Best. In what year did Paul McCartney first meet John Lennon? In 1957. What was the name of John Lennon's mother? Julia. What was the Beatles' first hit single? Love Me Do. How many films did the Beatles make in total? Five. How many days did it take them to record their debut album, Please Please Me? One day. Who was the Beatles' first manager? Brian Epstein. What was the name of John Lennon's first wife? Her name was Cynthia. Who actually wrote the song Yesterday? Paul McCartney. What was the first Beatles movie to be released? A Hard Day's Night. Which two songs did the Beatles record in German? I Want to Hold Your Hand and She Loves You. In what year did the Beatles win their first Grammy? In 1965. Where did John Lennon compose the hit song Strawberry Fields Forever? In Almeria. According to the Paul is dead theory, in what year did Paul McCartney supposedly die? In 1966. Which two members were left-handed? Paul and Ringo. What song says, "Yellow matter custard, dripping from a dead dog's eye"? I Am the Walrus. In the I Am the Walrus video, who is the walrus? John. Who composed the song Something? George. In what year did John Lennon and Yoko begin their romantic relationship? In 1968. On the cover of Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, what instrument is Paul holding in his hands? A cor anglais. Who was Hey Jude dedicated to? Julian Lennon. What was the name of Paul's beloved dog? Martha. What was John's first instrument before he picked up the guitar? The banjo. In what year were the Beatles appointed members of the Order of the British Empire by Queen Elizabeth II? In 1965. Which song written by the Beatles was first recorded by the Rolling Stones? I Wanna Be Your Man. Which song opens the Abbey Road album? Come Together. During the Beatles' rooftop concert at Apple, which song did John forget the verse of? Don't Let Me Down. Which band did Paul McCartney form after the Beatles broke up? Wings. In what year did the Beatles break up? In 1970. The song In Spite of All the Danger was written by Paul McCartney, but who else is credited? George Harrison. Which member was underage when the Beatles went to Hamburg and had to lie about his age? George. In what year was their debut album Please Please Me released? In 1963. Which member of the band caused controversy by saying, "We're more popular than Jesus"? John. Which song was the Beatles' first major hit in the United States? I Want to Hold Your Hand. Which album became the second in United Kingdom history to sell 1 million copies? With the Beatles. Which album was the song Yesterday written for? Help. How many United Kingdom #1 singles did the Beatles have? '27. In what year did the band make their famous trip to India? In 1968. How many tracks are on the album Rubber Soul? 14. Which Beatles song includes the lyrics, "Waits at the window, wearing the face that she keeps in a jar by the door"? Eleanor Rigby. Who wrote the song "Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds"? John Lennon. Who is the lead vocalist on the famous song "Yellow Submarine"? Ringo. In what year did the band stop performing live to focus on studio work? In 1967. Which music video does this image belong to? Your Mother Should Know. In what year did Paul marry Linda Eastman? In 1969. According to John, he only had 2 friends in his life. Who were they? Yoko and Paul. Where did John marry Yoko Ono? In Gibraltar. To whom did Paul dedicate the song "Let It Be"? To his mother. Did the Beatles give the first concert in history at a stadium? Yes, they did! Which album has 30 songs? The White Album. Which number album is the White Album? The 10th album. Which song did the Beatles perform in the first ever live satellite broadcast? All You Need Is Love. Which of these songs marks Ringo Starr's debut as a songwriter? Don't Pass Me By. After the band broke up, which member was the first to have a solo #1 hit? George Harrison. Which of these songs was George Harrison's first hit after the breakup? My Sweet Lord. In what year was John Lennon murdered? In 1980. Which singer bought the right to the Beatles songs? Michael Jackson, Mick Jagger, or Eric Clapton? If you know the answer, leave it in the comments. That's the end of today's quiz. How many answers did you get right? Comment your score and tell me who your favorite Beatle is. If you liked this quiz, hit like, subscribe, and share it with a friend. See you in the next quiz.